Alright, so I got in a lot of gear and the brand isn't what I actually expected. I wanted to replace the Leica SL, which I'm selling by the way, for a better 4K camera. Some problems I had with this is the 4K is cropped. I had to buy a $200 adapter just to use the lav mic. Because it doesn't have a mic or headphone jack on this, you have to buy an adapter and then you can use the mic jack. This doesn't have IBIS. I have to rely on lenses that do have image stabilization built in. The exposure compensation dial, which is right here, it accidentally gets knocked and it gets changed, exposure compensation. So the last video that we did, some scenes were too bright because it was accidentally in like plus 2.3 EV. And so I was doing some thinking, and the brand that kept it coming up that has everything is Sony. And I last shot Sony years ago. I think it was maybe 3 years ago. I had the A7R II, then I had the A9 II, and that's the reason why I went to the A9 Mark II, is because the A7R II, the ergonomics wasn't that great. So I went to the A9 II because ergonomics was better, and I liked that sensor in there, the 42 megapixel. The colors weren't that great, but I just felt like the A mount wasn't going anywhere. Then I went with the 850 and other cameras. So for events, and I do weddings from time to time and also school events, I needed a good event camera. And behind me here I have well, I should just start unboxing so I can show you. Okay, so first is from Ray Chang. Shout out to him for giving me a great deal on the, you probably know already what I'm going to be unboxing, the A9 Mark II. He's from Edison, New Jersey. Shipped this out super quick, and basically this is like a brand new camera. All right, so let's start unboxing now. Okay, so here it is, Sony A9 Mark II. Great packing. And this is also the bracket, really right stuff bracket I'm not going to use, but my friend is going to use. Put this away. So here we go, Sony A9 II. So some of the reasons why I got the Sony A9 II, it has better ergonomics than other Sony cameras. Right now in the market, the A7R IV and A9 Mark II have the better grip. I think the A7R IV is a little bit too much for me, 61 megapixels for events. Sony does not have smaller medium RAW files. 24 megapixels is the sweet spot, but again, in this A7R IV you can actually do crop mode, and you can shoot at 26 megapixels, which is a little bit more than the Sony A9. And battery life has a new Z battery which came out in Sony A9, and I believe the A7 III has it, A6600 has it, A7R IV, and A9 Mark II has it. But let's continue the unboxing. So you have the paperwork here. Manuals. Okay. And I believe this is receipts. Yes, I'm gonna hide this. This is what it retails for $1,500. And differences between the A9 and A9 Mark II. I was debating if I should just get the regular A9 because it is much cheaper on the used market versus A9 Mark II. But the A9 Mark II has so much good things about it. Dual UHS 2. A9 has 5 frames per second mechanical. The A9 Mark II has 10 frames per second mechanical. The sensor is one of a kind. Here's the camera right here. So let's see, and here is the charger. I did get an extra battery from Ray. Nice. And inside here must be the cables. Oh good, it's a short cable. Sometimes the other cables are too long. USB-C to USB-B. I believe you can charge the A9 Mark II with the battery charger. And this looks like an attachment to the side where the cables won't get loose. So now the camera itself, oh, here's a camera strap. A9 Mark II says on top. And here's the camera itself. So, first impressions right away, it feels heavy. It feels really, really great build quality. This has a one-of-a-kind sensor. It's a stacked CMOS sensor. There's virtually no blackout when taking photos. I never experienced that before, so I actually want to try it out. How it is taking photos without hearing anything and the screen not blacking out. That's something like really new to me. So looking at this, and let's check out the buttons. This has better buttons than the A9. So right away, oh yeah, feels really solid. I did try this out at Yodobashi, Japan, but very, very briefly. All the buttons are very solid. Feels really great. And what's also cool is the weather sealing in A7R IV, A9 Mark II is way better than previous generation Sonys. The grip is really good grip. I don't know if this camera will grow on me. I kind of don't really like Sony because of you know, the bad experiences before, but we'll see. Oh, this is interesting. You actually need to press this button down in order to change the mode dial. It won't change by itself. Also, color science, from what I've been reading, the color science with the A9 Mark II and A7R IV has really changed. And everyone says the colors coming out from these new generation Sonys, which is like the third generation in colors, are really good. Dynamic range also, from what I read online, is actually better than the A9. What's also different versus the A9 is the voice memo. So the voice memo, you can actually talk and record voice memos to each photo. This reminds me of the Nikon Pro bodies. I think the D3S might have did that. I remember I used to have a D3S and D4, and I believe they had also the voice memo feature. What's also cool is it has the new hot shoe. I don't know if you can see that feature where you can use the new mics. The A9 does not have this. This generation has 5.5 stops versus the A9 only has 5 stops. The lock dial here at top, A9 did not have this. So like I was saying, you can't accidentally just move it. Put this back on 0, then you lock it, then it won't move. A7R IV has a 5.76 million pixel EVF. This still has a standard, I believe, 3.49 megapixels EVF, but I gotta try it out. And of course, this has the extra dial on the top versus the other Sony bodies. And from what I found out, only the A9 Mark II as of July 2020, when you change lenses. Let's see if Ray put that feature on. Let me just take this out. Okay, it's not on. but I found out that you can actually set it where when you change lenses, the shutter will automatically close. And that's the feature the Canon EOS R has. So when changing lenses, shutters close, so no dust gets on the sensor. Sorry, I don't know why the A7R IV doesn't have that feature. All right, so turning it on. Oh, good. Ray did a good job in resetting everything, so it's like OEM. Yeah, the touch menus on the Sony is still not that great, so I just gotta set this up. English. Enter. Of course, we were in Guam. Okay, I have that already in my camera. That's it, and we are good to go. No card. Let's take a peek in here. This is interesting. The rear screen looks better than what I remember. Okay, let's put this on the side here. Next I want to unbox is the next camera, the A7R IV. Okay, this personally is not my camera. This is my friend's, but of course he's allowing me to use it for review. So in the future, I may do an A9 Mark II versus an Sony A7R IV comparison. Okay, A7R Mark IV. Ooh, it's tight in here. It's gonna be a lot of boxes. Okay, A7R IV, where's the box? The A9 Mark II. You think with these flagship cameras they'll come in better packaging, right? But I don't know, Sony never really grew on me. My wife has always wanted me to get Sony, so I'm gonna try this out and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I like this. Okay, let's move the A9 Mark II aside. Boxing A7R. Same thing as last time. A7R Mark IV paperwork. Seems to have thinner manuals. Not too sure why. Here on this side also comes with the short cable, which is nice. Charger. Some cameras don't come with external chargers anymore. You have to charge it in the battery in camera. Z battery. And this is the one, I guess, to hold the cables. And USB-C cable like before. Okay, put that back in there. And of course, here's the strap. Oops. This is A7R IV. And the camera itself. Nice. Oh, interesting. This camera was left on during shipping, but I still have 41%. Battery's good. Nice. Okay, so turn this off. Have them side by side here. So yeah, just the left dial, not here. The new generation Sonys have the model numbers here at the top. Buttons feel really excellent. Really good buttons. Feels the same. A9 Mark II and very good buttons. Excellent. Even the lock at the top. It feels so solid. The dials, everything. Let's go check the battery cover. I'm sorry, memory card cover. Yeah, memory card cover has all the weather sealing here. Put these aside. Right, this is the lens, the all-purpose lens for the events that I'm gonna do. Put this here. I don't know where to start. Maybe right here. And all of these actually were shipped out pretty much the same time. June 30th, July 1st. Came to Guam pretty quick in like 5 days. It did sit at the post office for a day or two. USPS right now is super backed up on Guam and I think everywhere else in the world. Everyone's just ordering online. Okay. It's like he double boxed it. I think you knew I was going to do an unboxing, that's why you made it so difficult. Really great lens. This is a sharp copy. I did not know there's variations in copies of this lens, but he said this is a sharp copy, so I trust him. Really, he knows how to pack it. He knows how to pack this pretty good. Okay, so on the side here, you have the paperwork. It's a lot. I don't think we really look at that. Okay. And who's this? David? Thank you, David, for making the unboxing pretty fun. Okay. Doesn't stop there. Oh, I like the lens cap. Smooth. Nice. 24-105. Feels good. Let me mount this. Sony is white, and I did not know, forgot the mounting is here, this side. That's tight. Okay, aperture priority, no card. The focusing is just silent. There's no focusing sound at all. That was a mechanical shutter. Sure, there's a way to. Okay, so this is. Also, forgot to mention that the cards are now slot 1 and slot 2. Both VHS2. I have the cards coming in. Okay, card detected. Preparing image database file, please wait. Let's see if I can format. Oh my gosh, I did not know the first menu had 14 pages. Okay, let's find that silent shutter. Change one of these, but okay, so C3 shutter type. Okay, so electronic, let's see. Silent shutter. So there's a sound. It automatically makes a sound for you. But yeah, there's no blackout. It feels kind of weird. Okay. Well, I gotta play with this some more. Okay. Last unboxing for the night. Feels really solid. I did not know, but the A7 III at the back part is kind of plastic, polycarbonate, I think. Okay, so since I shot a lot of medium format and I have a lot of photos over the past 10 years, I needed to get another hard drive. And for those of you that don't know, I did order this from Best Buy, but shipping to Guam, it went by boat, so it was shipped off June 6th. It's now July 7th, so it took a month exactly for it to get here. But this drive is one of the fastest on the market. This drive is called the Western Digital WD_Black D10 drive. Now, some people say, oops. Pretty good. Well, it's pretty strong. So some people say this drive, if you look at the back, up to 250 megabytes a second. Most standard drives are about 160 megabytes a second. This is 250 megabytes a second. So you can transfer something from your iMac SSD here, that's 1 terabyte in about like 4 seconds. But this was hard to find. B&H Photo Video and Adorama was sold out. I only found this on Best Buy. It said they shipped to Guam. Free shipping. It was a good price, $189. I didn't have to pay for shipping, but it just took a month to get here. But some people say when they rip this open, it's actually an enterprise drive inside. Some people complain about the noise it makes. But I mean, my Seagate also makes some noise. So yeah, let's unbox this. I'm gonna use this for my photos, of course, and video. I think you can even edit off of this. 250 megabytes a second is pretty quick. Comes with USB to USB 3 stand, I believe. This is the stand. Power adapter. Paperwork. Showing you really quick. Quick setup for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. And the drive itself. This looks pretty cool. Feels good. Just gotta hook this up. The back has I guess USB charging, USB 3, and here's the power. But it looks like it has a small fan here. But yeah, this is gonna help me free up my Seagate 8 terabyte that I use is already filled up. It's been filled up for like the last month. Right, so put this on the stand. Good, rubber feet, doesn't move. Nice. Okay, so please look forward to the upcoming reviews of these cameras. I think I'm gonna review the A9 Mark II first. There is a portrait lens coming in, and I'll save that for another unboxing video. But thank you for watching Guam Photography, and if you haven't, please subscribe.